A brief introduction to pop art. Pop art emerged as a protest against the norms during the post-war frenzy of the 1950s and 1960s, bringing bold concepts and lively energy to the art scene. The pop art movement established a link between the ordinary and the extraordinary through its striking use of color, fun adaptation of ordinary everyday items, and incisive criticism on modern consumer culture. Pop art, which was born out of an innovative and critical spirit, spread beyond gallery and museum walls and provoked public discourse. First appeared in the 1950s and reached its height in the 1960s in both America and Britain, it took its influences from popular and commercial culture, and throughout the 1960s and 1970s, the movement benefited contributions from various cultures and nations. It started out as a rebellion against the current views of art and culture, as well as traditional ideas of what art is supposed to be. The perception held by young artists was that the art school curriculum and museum exhibits did not have anything to do with their daily lives or the world around them. Rather, they sought to pop culture, comic books, advertising, Hollywood films, product packaging, and popular music for their visuals. Pop artist Richard Hamilton wrote a letter to his friends, the architects Peter and Alison Smithson, in 1957, listing the characteristics of pop art. Pop art is popular, designed for a mass audience, transient, short-term solution, expendable, easily forgotten, and low cost, mass-produced, young, aimed at youth, witty, sexy, gimmicky, glamorous, big business. What makes pop art unique? Pop art's distinct style incorporates vibrant colors, consumers' iconography, fun approaches, repetition, and social commentary. Pop art combines high and low-brow art, celebrity, limelights, bold typography, and cultural reflection. Pop art transforms art by reflecting the complexities and evolution of society in a lively, approachable way, challenging artistic limits in the process. Pop art sets itself apart from other art forms and movements. This can be seen through its unique fundamental characteristics and elements that made it so groundbreaking and continue to inspire audiences worldwide today. The first characteristic is bold colors and imagery. Pop art is essentially a vibrant explosion of colors that captivates the viewer and ignites the senses. This vivid color scheme represents the movement's essential principles rather than just being a style decision. Color was utilized as a language of emotion and expression by artists like Andy Warhol, who was well known for his vibrant renditions of cultural icons, and Roy Lichtenstein, who was known for his meticulous usage of primary colors. A prime example of Lichtenstein's mastery of color is Drowning Girl, which pays tribute to comic book style while using bold colors to communicate complex emotions. However, Warhol's vivid depictions of Marilyn Monroe and Campbell's soup cans can show off his extensive knowledge of color's capability to trigger a range of emotions and beyond the canvas. Number 2. Incorporating consumer culture. Pop art first came into being simultaneously with the emergence of consumer culture, and artists enthusiastically welcomed this change in the way society functioned. Everyday food and grocery products such as Pepsi cans and soap boxes were utilized as artistic subjects. This creative approach can be seen by Claes Oldenburg's enormous three-way plug and typewriter eraser, which challenged the traditional line separating art from ordinary life. This embrace of consumerism was a commentary on the hazy boundary between commercialism and creativity, rather than just an artistic decision. Through moving objects from the grocery aisle to the exhibition walls, artists question the fundamental nature of art's exclusivity. The third characteristic is repetitive and serial. Pop art's inclination for repetition and serial imagery captures the spirit of a world where consumerism and mass production are taking center stage. Serial imagery is the repeating of one image in many variations or forms. This method, which is supported by artists like Warhol, illustrates how repetition of imagery can influence how society perceives things. An example is Warhol's multiple portraits of Marilyn Monroe. They are reflections on how our view of celebrities is shaped by the media bombardment. The replication of these pictures is done on purpose. Every repetition alludes to the endless reproductions found in the media. Marilyn becomes more than just a movie star when she's in Warhol's hands. She becomes a representation of the duplications that are present in the contemporary culture. Pop art's repetition references the 1950s and 1960s rise of easily replicated media forms. Number 4. Irony and social commentary. Pop art has a profoundly political and social impact that goes beyond simple aesthetics. The movement's defining characteristic of irony and social commentary takes the forefront as artists utilize their creations to poke fun at norms, question conventional thinking, and delve into the darker corners of modern life. This idea is captured in Richard Hamilton's Just what is it that makes today's home so different, so appealing? A well-built bodybuilder and a collage of everyday items are combined by Hamilton to create a story that blends consumerism with physical aspirations. Hamilton's satirical picture challenges audiences to acknowledge the ridiculousness of their desires and dreams, encouraging them to reflect on the superficiality that surrounds today's society. Number 5. Playful methods and innovation. Pop art's playground is an area for innovation and experimentation. Comic book aesthetics gain prominence thanks to the efforts of artists such as Lichtenstein, who cleared the path for a new field of creativity, as demonstrated in Wham! And Oh, Jeff, I Love You too, but he employs comic-style dots and thick lines that provides a dynamic element to his creation. This humorous spirit not only provided the creative world more energy, but also went beyond the canvas and into the supplies used. With sculptures like the ice cream and soft typewriter eraser, Claes Oldenburg displayed his quirky interpretation on the conventional art mediums, questioning the idea of what materials should be used for art. Use of everyday imagery. Pop art's relationship to popular culture and everyday life is fundamental to its character. Artists look to the mundane for inspiration, transforming ordinary objects into remarkable works of art. Warhol's renowned Campbell's Soup Cans series eliminated the grandeur usually connected with art and directed attention toward the ordinary and unremarkable. His dismantling of the mundane sparked a conversation about value and made people think about the value placed on both works of art and commonplace items. Another pop art icon, Lichtenstein, explored the world of comic books, basing his works on panels and speech bubbles. Wham! Immerses the viewers in the world of comic strip, encouraging interaction with the familiar while contradicting ideas of what qualifies as good art. Blurring of high and low art. There used to be a clear-cut line between high art from low art, with the former being considered sophisticated and the latter as insignificant. Pop art broke through these traditional constraints and became a disruptive force. Artists were breaking down the closed-off world of high art by bringing elements from popular culture and mass media into their works, and allowing regular people to participate in the conversation. The collage, created by Richard Hamilton, Just What Is It That Makes Today's Home So Different, So Appealing, embodies the merging of lines. He creates a thought-provoking and approachable tapestry of symbolism by combining imagery from comic books, ads, and everyday life. The boundaries of creative elitism were broken down by this blending of mediums, increasing the influence and audience of art. Pop art made an effort to challenge the elitist and exclusive nature of the art world at the time. Number 8. Celebrity and iconography. Celebrities occupy a unique significance in contemporary culture, and pop art saw this firsthand. Artistic explorations turned to icons from the world of politics, music, and movies. Through his paintings of Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley, Warhol offered a critique of the celebrity cult in addition to capturing their distinctive features. Each of these works emphasized the intricate relationship that exists between a person's private reality and public persona. In example, Warhol's multicolored Marilyns pay homage to the popular culture queen while also raising the thoughtful questions about the cost of stardom. Number 9. Bold typography and language. Words have a special influence that pop art capitalized on through the use of bold typography and language in its works. Textual components combined with visual art created new levels of meaning, highlighting the movement's depth and ability to provoke thought. This aspect is best illustrated by Lichtenstein's Crying Girl, which combines written exclamations with emotional images. The viewers are prompted to investigate the complex relationship between perception and communication by the contrast, which emphasizes the interaction between words and image. In conclusion, pop art's influence endures through time, from its vivid color schemes that evoke feelings to its clever criticisms of consumerism. Its ability to elicit deep thinking, question conventional ideas, and captivate audiences on several levels is evidence of its lasting significance. Pop art's legacy lives on in its capacity to provoke dialogue in addition to its impact on later generations of artists.